so now let's go to the back page, and on this one, let's work on number 26, 31, 32, 34. Okay, so let's work on those four. I'll give you 5 minutes to work on those. So work on those. Okay, let's do number 26. Number 26, use the least common denominator to determine which fraction is greater. I have 2/5 and I have 3/10. Okay, so first of all, to make this into, I have to make this into common denominator. I want the denominators to be the same. Okay, so the least common denominator, least common multiple of these would be, you have 5, which is 1, well, just basically 5, right? Then you have 10, which is 2 times 5. So the greatest common factor is going to be that, which is 5. And to find the least common multiple, I'd have to multiply it by what's left over. So my least common multiple is going to be 5 times 2, which is 10, which makes sense. So I'm going to make this guy into, I want to make this guy to 10. So if I make this guy to 10, I would have to multiply the bottom by top. If I were to multiply the bottom by 2. So if I'm going to multiply the bottom by 2, I obviously have to multiply the top by 2 also. So this is the same as 4/10. So now that I have a common multiples, I have the common denominators, I can see that this is 4/10, this is 3/10. So, and it tells me to find out which one is greater. Well, obviously, this guy here is greater, right? So that's how you would go about doing that, okay? So that's 26. Let's do 31. 31, find the product or quotient. Write your answer using exponents. So 31, I have b to the 4th times b. So this is the same as b to the 1, right? So this can be the same as b to the 4 plus 1, which is b to the 5th. Okay, so that was kind of easy. 32 is a little bit different. On 32, I have 6 n to the 6th over n to the 5th. Okay, So this is the same as 6 times n to the 6th over n to the 5th. Now I have a quotient. So this is the same as 6 to the n, 6 minus 5, because it's in the quotient. It's going to look like that, which is the same as 6 to the n to the first. N to the first is the same as just n, because there's only one n. So that's going to be your answer. Okay. Last but not least, 34. On 34, we have a situation where copy and complete the statement. So I have a to the 8th, and on the other side I have 8 to the 6 times 8 to the times 8. And that 8, that is the same as 8 to the 1, which means that this side is going to be 8 to the 6 plus 1, which is going to be 8 to the 7th. So on one side I have 8 to the 7th, the other I have 8 to the 8th. So obviously this guy's going to be larger, right? Okay, so that was 34. Now let us have you guys work on number 38, 40, 41, and 44. Okay, so I'll give you some time to work on that. Okay, let's see if we can, what we can do here. Let's do number 38. 38, find the product or quotient. Right, your answer using only positive exponents. So on 38, we have 12 to the negative 4th over 12 to the negative 5th. Okay, we have the same base here, 12. So this is going to be 12 to the negative 4. Now this is in the quotient, so I have to subtract this. So this is where we are. When I subtract a negative 5, it's basically the same as adding. So it's going to be the same as this. Negative 4 plus 5 is 1. So this is going to be equal to 12 to the 1, which is the same as just 12. Okay, so that was 38. 40, write the number in standard form. So I have 3.0 times 10 to the 4th. So I'm going to add some more zeros here. And I'm going to go to the 4th. So I'm going to go from here, I'm going to go 4 over to the right? 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't need these over here. So basically the same as that, 30,000. Okay, so that was 40. That was pretty simple. Let's do 41. In 41, we're doing the storage capacity in bytes of a 4 gigabyte computer is going to be the same as 1, 2, 3. So now I'm going to write this in scientific notation. I want to write this in scientific notation. So right now, the decimal is right here at the very end. So I'm going to see how many I can move over. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if I go, this is the same as 4 times 10 to the 9th. So I had to move it 9 spaces over here to get to here. Okay? 44, the last one, 44. Evaluate 3 times 10 to the 2nd times 1.5 times 10 to the 3rd. So this is the same as 3 times 1.5 times 10 to the 2nd times 10 to the 3rd. 3 times 1.5 is 4.5 times 10 to the 2 plus 3, so it's 10 to the 5th. Okay, so is this scientific notation? What do I have to look for to make sure it's scientific notation? This number in front has to be between what? The number has to be between 1, remember, and 1 and less than 10, right? And 4.5 does meet that, so yes, this is your scientific notation. Okay? So for the rest of the class time, I want you guys to continue to work on the